Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Tanaka. I make content about wellness and well-being just based off my own experiences, and I just sort of talk about that and share that. And I also just make other vlogs as well. So today, this is episode 3 about my more in-depth detailed talk about my journey so far with functional tics disorder. So this is something I've been dealing with since earlier this year, and I was sort of encouraged to just sort of talk about it and share my experiences because I realized a lot of other people hadn't heard of it, and especially when I was talking to my family and friends, I was always really tired and had no energy, as kind of what comes with everything that happens to your body and stuff like that. That's how I started making the videos. It was just like a way to just communicate to everyone all at once, because sometimes calling and texting, I just didn't have a lot of energy, and I wouldn't be able to explain myself very well. So when I do have these moments when I'm just feeling good, I just take time to just explain certain questions people have, and I just take time to explain things in a bit more detail. But I've noticed that it's not just my family and my friends who watch the videos lately. Sometimes some people, well, not a lot of people, but quite a few people just message, because like I think some of the experiences are quite universal. Like I've had to deal with a lot of anxiety. Talking about it has just really helped me meet sort of like-minded people and just open conversations, and it's been a positive impact on me because I then feel like I'm not really alone, and I get to talk to people who kind of understand what I'm going through, and it just sort of helps with the healing process of it. To get into it, in my last video I just talked about my routine when I have appointments and stuff like that, and how that just kind of takes a toll on me and my body just due to the overwhelming anxiety that comes with like those days, and how that just makes those days harder. That should be simple. So besides going to appointments, I hadn't really been out in a long time, for about 2 or 3 months, until end of August when it was my cousin's birthday. I couldn't really avoid this event because obviously we're really close. I obviously wanted to be there for her birthday, but at the same time I didn't want to go because, well, my anxiety has just been really bad this year, and there was this negative voice in my head constantly telling me that something really bad was going to happen to me if I went outside. I think that was just due to the experiences obviously I had before, because when I didn't understand what was happening, I'd been outside by myself in town, and then because I didn't recognize the symptoms of when a panic attack or a tic attack was happening, twice I wasn't able to really get back home by myself, and it was a bit of a struggle to get back home. I don't really go outside by myself. I have to have somebody with me. So because of that negative reinforcement, I hadn't really been outside in a long time, and that negative voice in my head just grew louder and louder, telling me, like, if you go outside, something bad's going to happen. But obviously this was my cousin's birthday and my family was going to be there with me. I wasn't really feeling great. My mind was in such a negative state, and my skin as well was just in the worst state it's ever been, because some of the symptoms that come with functional tics disorder, such as the non-epileptic seizures and the jerky night movements that would usually happen to me in the nighttime, and I hadn't slept in like 2 months. Like I would sleep at most for like 4 hours during the day if I could, because in the nighttime I just wasn't sleeping. I still had no really like control at that time, and the medication I was on at the time wasn't helping. It was actually making things worse. So I wasn't sleeping and I had no energy. I was just really tired and so worn out, and I just did not want to go outside. But obviously I really wanted to be there for my cousin. I slowly decided to start taking care of myself again. I started doing a bit of skincare because I thought, if I at least, look okay on the outside, maybe I'll feel okay on the inside. because like my skin was just, well, I don't, well, imagine you're not sleeping for like 2 months and you're getting like 4 hours sleep, you know, a day, and it just wasn't really working out. So yeah, part of my self-care routine was to start doing skincare again, because I hadn't done anything. I literally just had energy to do the basic, to do really basic stuff. I just didn't have the energy to keep up a skincare routine anymore and all the stuff I used to do before all of this. I started using this Power Up facial set, which is supposed to repair and rehydrate your skin, which is exactly what I needed. The steps were also really simple and easy to keep up. The night before my cousin's birthday, I'd already prepared my outfit and everything I was going to wear, from my shoes to the jewellery and all the accessories. Preparing like this helps me to not overthink on the day, and it gives me some kind of peaceful mindset. When we finished getting ready, we headed to the restaurant. When we got to the door, I started to get nervous, because even though it was a weekday and it wasn't that busy, it was still kind of full.
Okay.
Are you vegan?
I am vegan.
She wants to say hi. Hello, hello.
I just remember finance.
We're going to celebrate her birthday. Can I have a trophy? Yeah, trophy.
During dinner, I had to step outside because I felt like I couldn't breathe in the restaurant and I just lost my appetite. Halfway through the dinner, I got really tired and I just wanted to go home. I just didn't want to be in the restaurant anymore. But I'm glad that I managed to go out and be there for my cousin's birthday. This moment was a big milestone for me this year, because I'd been so scared to go outside for such a long time, and even though it was difficult, it was a small win for me against anxiety, and I didn't get to miss out on this special day. After this day, that voice in my head that kept telling me something bad was going to happen if I went outside kind of quietened down a little bit, as I saw that that wasn't true. I was also really happy that I got to see my cousin have a nice evening.